Right then, this is a quick walk around video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 1.6 SE automatic. Car's covered 48,000 miles, one of these facelift versions, and this is a four-wheel drive car, so it gets the higher horsepower engines. It's a 160 horsepower engine, not the 120, the less powered ones. So it basically gets the twin turbo. Lovely car, been very well kept. Front of the car, new style front end, looks fantastic. Lights and lenses clear and intact, there's no cracks or condensation in them. Bonnet, very clean indeed, can't see any obvious stone chips there. Near side of the car, lovely and smooth in the flanks, no obvious indentations. Near side front alloy, excellent condition. It's literally just been washed off, it's not even been polished, and it's got a nice natural gleam about it. So near side rear alloy, again very clean. And around the back, you get the new style chrome strip and lower silver trim. Really nice again, just a few sort of entry marks you wouldn't naturally expect getting in and out of the car. Nothing to write home about. Off side of the car, lovely and smooth in the panels, again very crisp. Side rear alloy, lovely condition. Looks absolutely lovely. It's very nice condition for what is now a 9-year-old car. Coming to the back, absolutely enormous boots on the Honda CR-Vs. It's been kept in very good condition as well. It's coming to the back of the car now, enormous amounts of room. The leg room is incredible. And the camera does occasionally make the seats a little bit pinky in the middle. They're not, they are black and they're in absolutely fantastic condition, which is a rarity in CR-Vs because they're very much family cars and can be very heavily used. This one's been treated very gently. The front and the passenger side are all very clean and tidy. Passenger seat itself not seen a lot of use. Finally come to the driver's door card, it can be very clean. Full set of original tailored rubber mats, which is lovely because they're much harder wearing and keep it much nicer underneath. And driver's seat again in very nice condition. So inside the car now, engine's running, so the dash is illuminated, all in very nice condition. Radio and information screen there, all working perfectly. You just pop it into reverse, you can see the rear parking camera, which complements the front and rear parking sensors fitted to the car. Coming down, it's just been kept in very nice condition. Coming to the binnacle, hopefully you can see 48,594 miles, and there are no warning lights on the car at all. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual, pack and lock and wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 1.6 SE automatic diesel. Car's registered DA15LCG, and mileage at the start of the road test is 48,594 miles. The reason we do these videos, as I always say, especially this road test section, is to ensure that if anyone's online looking at any of our cars, they get to see that very car in operation. We've always felt it important purely because, like many people, we've been to see cars which have looked absolutely fine in photographs or description, but then only to get there and find out it's got an obvious fault that shows up when you drive the car, which can be hugely frustrating. We also do it on these very quiet roads in this beautiful part of Gloucestershire. This actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on, and the hope is it will of course be representative of what you'd feel yourself if offered a test drive of the car. So coming to the car, been very well looked after mechanically, and it's blindingly obvious as soon as you drive the car. It's as tight as a drum. Twist the key, engine starts instantly, settles to a smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car. Temperature gauge running at a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda vehicle. The engines are superb, very economical. They're very reliable with just good regular maintenance, cam chain driven as well, so there's no cam belts to worry about. I did say cam chain, didn't I? Yeah, so doubting myself then for a second. But it's just a lovely engine to use, 160 horsepower, it picks up and goes, it's got plenty plenty of oomph to it. The gear change which accompanies it is just superb. 9-speed automatic gearbox, gear shifts on the move are lightning quick, very slick and smooth. It's just the perfect accompaniment for the car. Obviously the extra gears, give it that extra ability to get that higher economy figures as well. It's a really good match between the two. Coming to the steering and chassis of the car, Honda have always done. This is where the CR-V got its name. It was light years ahead of its competition when it came out originally. Only now other manufacturers starting to sort of catch up or get close to how accomplished it is, because it's actually very hard to give everybody what they want. In fact, it's impossible. I'm not suggesting this does. But what it does do for 99% of people who will be buying this car, you buy it because you want a spacious, reliable family mover, if you like. And that it does brilliantly, because Honda straight away gave steering which is nicely weighted, it's precise, it's accurate. The chassis itself, when you go through the corners, flows through corners really, really nicely. Because the difficulty is, if you go for something which is completely pillowy soft, when you go to the corners you get loads of body roll, but more than that you get those kind of secondary motions as it kind of wallows through corners, and they can be really nauseating, especially for rear seat passengers. The Honda just strikes the perfect balance. It's got a really comfortable, compliant ride. Yet when you do go through corners, it has very good body control. And as I say in all the videos for CR-Vs, that's not to say it's sporty, because it is not in any way, shape or form. It's just really nice to drive, and it does exactly what it's meant to do wonderfully well. Going through a corner like this one up here, just turn it in, hardly any movement of the steering wheel, and it just flows through the corner really, really nicely. Worth pointing out, absolutely no clonks or bangs in the suspension. Steering, there's no vibrations at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit, but it all just feels really, really tight. Brakes on the car, make sure no one's directly behind me, are excellent, very powerful, instant on the brake pedal, you can just feel it. There's no kind of pulsing or vibrations going back through the brake pedal at all. It's all in fine order. And then coming to the interior, videos cannot get across build quality, and this is real build quality. I have this constantly just felt so aggravated when I watch the same stuff spewed out, particularly on YouTube. People getting in cars. I watched one recently. I'm not going to say the manufacturer because it's not fair, but let's just say they've not got the greatest reputation for reliability or build quality compared to a Honda at the time, which is fine. And they said they had very similar levels of build quality. No, they're brand new cars. They should all be put together reasonably well. What build quality to me is all about is how it feels 10 years down the line. And I can absolutely guarantee the two in that video, one will still be like this. No squeaks, no rattles, tight as just everything just feels beautifully screwed together, and the other will be showing wear and tear. It'll be creaking and groaning, because they always do, and yet somehow they sort of lure people into thinking that they've sorted it after 60 years of trying. The other thing is wonderful visibility in the car. When you get in straight away, I can see the bonnets. I've got really good visibility literally all around. Helped by these enormous wing mirrors, which when you're on the open road like now are really helpful for lane changes, but also manoeuvring, that kind of stuff. And then you look at the main dash layout, it's just simplicity itself. A day in the car and you have literally mastered it. It's that easy. You got your information screen with the radio built in, all working perfectly. Down below that you got dual zone climate control. Basically means you can have different temperatures to some degree side to side, and that is literally pumping out absolutely ice cold air, by the way. All of the switchgear has that trademark really high quality feel. It feels just beautifully damp and substantial. If you press or twist anything in the Honda, it's just really nicely done.
and then your dash binnacle in front, just simple, crisp, legible dials, and this lovely leather-bound steering wheel to finish off. Finally, the one thing this car hasn't got, even though it has got four-wheel drive, is a button to activate it, because it does it automatically. Back in the mid-90s when Honda launched the CR-V, and I was working for Honda at the time, they worked out very quickly that most people buying an SUV of this type would be driving as I am right now, where you just don't need four-wheel drive for 99% of your driving. So basically they came up with a brilliant system which dated back to a Civic Shuttle at the time, called real-time all-wheel drive it's called at the time. But basically it runs in front-wheel drive, two-wheel drive pretty much the whole time, and that's the most efficient way to pull the car along. However, should you encounter a bit of mud, snow or ice and your front wheel starts to lose grip, it instantly brings in the rear wheels to give you four-wheel drive, and it's completely seamless and instant. It's done via the traction control system of the car, which reacts far more quickly than you ever could. But the advantages of the system are patently obvious. You're going to get through tyres less quickly, you're going to use less fuel, and you put far, far, far less mechanical stress through the vehicle. So much so that, as I say, you've sold thousands of CR-Vs using this system, and I genuinely can't remember ever putting a spanner on any of them in that regard. The car drives perfectly, absolutely perfectly. It's a lovely car, this one.